Hey everybody, Michael here from GetFitOver40.com. A quick activity or sport watch or smartwatch update. So, I mean, these things nowadays, these watches or fitness trackers, they kind of do everything now. And really what it comes down to is, like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a smartwatch? Are you looking for a fitness watch? Do you just want a little band on your wrist that tells you kind of what your basic steps and calories are? Sometimes I'll even have heart rate monitors, even the small little guys. It really depends what you want, right? There's so many options. You know, the day of the fancy watch, it's kind of taken a bit of a back seat. I kind of feel bad for these watch companies because I think more and more people are realizing they don't need a fitness tracker and a watch, especially if their watch is, you know, a nice smart watch that looks good anyway. Some of them are very dressy. You can get whatever type, sportier or dressy ones, different bands. And so it's really easy to find a smartwatch or fitness watch that kind of, well, replaces your regular everyday watch. And I'm a bit sad to see that because I'm the guy that used to like to wear the nice watch. I used to have the big chronograph. I liked it. You know, I felt dressed up wearing a nice watch, and I kind of miss that a little bit. But, you know, the advantages to a smartwatch or a fitness smartwatch are that you've got so much access to data right there telling you what you've been up to, steps, calories, all that's right there. You get your text notifications, you get alerts, calendar events, all that's coming at you whenever you want it. So there's definitely a trade-off there from the style of the classic watch over to the fitness or smartwatch. Okay, so rambling on about all this stuff. So you might notice I got a slightly different guy here. Let's see if I can get this to focus. And this is a Garmin. It's a Vivoactive 3. A little different than what I normally sport. And the reason for that is because this is the Amaze Fit, and this is the Stratos. Remember, I've done reviews on this one. Get it focus a little bit here. Right? Anyways, it's probably not going to do too much, but it is the Amazfit Stratos. Check out the review for that. I've been wearing this guy, and I'm kind of waiting for a watch to come in. I'm disappointed it hasn't come in. It's the Amazfit Verge. I wouldn't say it's a replacement to this one, but it's newer than this one. It's a little more smartwatchy, but still with a fitness emphasis. It's maybe not as rugged looking as this. This one's pretty nice looking, but the new one has some cool features, a better heart rate monitor, a more vivid, brighter screen. It's got like, you know, payment methods. You can use NFC payments with it. It's also, you can use it as a phone in that it'll actually let you talk into it and hear phone conversations and actually speak to the watch as well. So this one doesn't do that, but this is very rugged and sporty and waterproof and all those things. So I'm kind of sad that I'm not wearing it right now. It's not working. I mean, it looks like it's working, but whenever I try to do any fitness activities with it, it just completely goes south. Starts telling me that I've got 0 calories burned. Sometimes it's telling me that I've been working out for 99 hours or something like that when I just started my workout. It just starts to freak out. Sometimes it'll start tracking heart rate, and then other times it just gives up on the heart rate and says nothing. It's just totally gone, yeah, south. So I've restored it. I've tried using setting up a new account on it. I've tried literally everything to get this guy to work. And I don't know what's wrong with it. I haven't even had it a year. It's about 3/4 of a year. I am working with Amazfit to rectify this. Hopefully they can do something for me. They better, because it's still under warranty and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So hopefully they fix that. You know, and I'm still waiting for my other watch to come in, which hasn't come in. The Verge hasn't come in yet. And I ordered it like back in November, and so I'm a little disappointed. It was back ordered. It was a pre-order, so I wasn't expecting it to get immediately. But I was hoping to get it around Christmas time. And anyways, that's a whole other story. I will get it eventually. It is on its way now, so it's just a matter of time. So getting back to this Garmin watch, why did I grab this? Well, because I don't have a fitness watch. I'm so used to knowing what's going on. It's like I'm lost if I don't know how many steps I've taken. It's like, you know, if I don't know how many calories I'm burning, if I don't know the exact amount, then I start to freak out. I don't know, it's a little weird. And you know, at this point I could probably just eat what I eat, do my exercise that I do, and still be fine. But I still like tracking, and I still like to know hard numbers, what's going on. That's just the kind of person I am. I enjoy it, actually. It's kind of part of the interest in the whole fitness thing, is all the science and stuff behind it. So I needed something in the interim, and I got this Vivofit 3 or Vivoactive 3. It's a Garmin product. right? So here it is, Vivoactive 3. And it's a nice little watch. I mean, it does pretty much everything that this does. It's like you got your smartwatch features, you know, get all your notifications and all that stuff. It's all there. It's got GPS, it does steps, it does, you know, it does stair climbing, it does all kinds of movement stuff, right? I mean, it's gonna count your calories, it's gonna track all of your steps and movement and give you basically a nice idea of what's going on for the day. They're kind of the same that way. Like the Garmin definitely, it's a very solid company. This company's been around for a while and their software is like, it's good, it's solid. Better than obviously the Amaze Fit stuff. Their stuff's okay, but when it comes to integration with other apps like Fitbit and other companies, Garmin's definitely got an advantage there in that the other companies communicate their data with each other much better. So for instance, all my Garmin data goes into MyFitnessPal and it gets included in there, so I know what my activity is from the Garmin in MyFitnessPal and vice versa. MyFitnessPal sends the data to the Garmin account, letting me know how much food I've eaten so that I can kind of keep track of calories in and calories out really easily, whereas the Amazfit doesn't really do that. It just tells me my active calories for the day. It doesn't tell me my base calories inactive. It just says, here's your active calories, which is fine because then I can just figure it out what my base is, add my active calories to that, and then just subtract what I ate, right? It's not hard to do the math. So that's fine. It's just nice when it's all in a program and you don't even have to think about it. I do like the Garmin a lot. You know, it's a nice watch. It's got a decent screen. It's similar screen to this. So it's backlit when it needs to be, but then it's also on all the time. And so it's like transreflective. So what happens is all the outside light lights the screen up from the outside, so you don't need light. And if it's really bright, the screen is actually fairly bright. You can see it in daylight really, really easily. And it's backlit for at nighttime when you need it to be. And it's bright enough. It's not a super vivid screen, but it works. This one's waterproof too. I'm trying to remember all the details about it. But it's definitely, yeah, it's got a 5 ATM water rating, so you could swim with it. 7 days, they say the battery's gonna last. I doubt it's gonna last that long. But what I do like about it is that you also can connect it to external heart rate monitors. Not a lot of the lower end fitness watches do that. If they have a built-in heart rate monitor, oftentimes you can only use that built-in heart rate monitor. And for me, they just don't work when I do my workouts. Like when I do my high heart rate workouts, they just don't track me very well. You can do Garmin Pay with this. You've got the Garmin Connect IQ, and you've got the whole website, so you can download apps and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a nice watch, but I don't know. It's not. One thing I found about Garmin, like all of these guys do everything a little different. Some watches, when you go for a walk or do a workout, will give you a fairly, you know, like they'll give you higher calories than other watches. So for instance, the Garmin watch, and I used to have the Vivoactive, the very, very first one back in the day, and it was the same. When I did a walk or a workout, even when I was using an external heart rate monitor with it and my heart rate was getting counted fairly high, it would still not give me a ton of calories compared to some other apps. So for instance, you know, this guy, a lot of other watches will give me, say the Record app, for instance, using the same heart rate data, will give me more calories. If I go for a walk, say, and I walk a mile, I'm gonna get for sure at least 150 calories to 200 per mile. Whereas this guy's maybe giving me 120, you know, so you can see that if I do a workout as well, if I'm doing an active workout where I'm doing weights and stuff, even if I'm counting my heart rate correctly using an external heart rate monitor, it still kind of rips me off a few calories. But on the other hand, just my basic moving around on the Garmin, so just moving around and doing daily stuff and just counting, it sort of counts your basic steps and your basic activity a little higher than some other watches. So some watches, they miss a lot. They might miss quite a few steps or give you very few calories for those steps. Like this guy, the Amaze Fit, I'd say it doesn't give me as many calories for just, if I wasn't tracking any workouts, I might be lucky to get an additional 300 or 400 calories from just moving around activity if I'm lucky. Whereas the Garmin will give me more of those moving around calories. So at the end of the day, it kind of balances off, right? I'm still getting a pretty accurate calorie count at the end of the day. So you trade one for the other. That's the thing with these products. It's like trying to find the one that fits you the best, that's got all the features that you need. It's tough because they're all really good. They all have their pros and cons. One thing for me, like I brought up many times, is I like to be able to connect to an external heart rate monitor. For instance, The Garmin, I went for a walk the other day and it was tracking me a little bit low, not tremendously for the walk, but when I went to do a workout, it was not even getting above 100 beats per minute very often. And it gave me an average for my hour and 5-minute workout of 90 beats per minute. I can tell you, based on all the activities I've done before wearing heart rate monitors, that I'm usually closer to the 130 beats per minute. So it was 40 beats per minute off. That's huge. That's not accurate at all. And to be honest, it actually does a much better job of just tracking my heart rate like ongoing. Like, so for instance, let me see if I can find it right now. Right now it says I'm 95 and I'm sitting here. How could I be doing a workout and only have an average of 90 beats per minute? So when my heart rate elevates, it almost stops, it starts losing the beats. It starts missing a bunch and giving me a lower heart rate than it would normally be, right? So that's just this guy, but the way I can fix that is by wearing an external heart rate monitor, which I prefer to do when I do like high level activity, because I know none of these guys, none of these optical heart rate monitors do a good job on me. They work better for some other people, but not for me. So that's what's going on. I may or may not review this guy. It depends on how long I have it for, because I'm still waiting for that Amazfit Verge, and that will be my new one once I get it. This is kind of an interim heart rate monitor, and again, I don't know if I want to review it. I might. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It's a Costco product, and so it might become a little bit of a rental unit in the meantime. But if it's really good, you never know. My son started wearing a little heart rate strap. Maybe my son will get this because it's a smaller watch. It's not a very big, it's very lightweight. So possibly if he's really into the data, if he wants to do it, maybe I'll let him wear it for a couple of weeks and see how he likes it before I take it back. If I take it back, but it's an attractive watch. It's lightweight. If you're looking for a GPS watch, that's a smart watch, that's a fitness watch, that's waterproof, that you can connect to an external heart rate monitor, that does have a heart rate monitor built in optically on the back for just catching your all-day stuff, then this is for sure a great idea. Garmin makes some great products. Fitbit does too, but Garmin and Fitbit are definitely right up there when it comes to fitness watches and smartwatches. All right, that's enough for today. Probably my next fitness tech related video is going to be when I get that Amazfit Verge. I'm expecting it anytime late this week to next week. Now I'm going to be away next week, so if it does come next week, I'm not going to be able to pick it up right away, but I will have it within a few weeks. All right, thanks for watching another GetFitOver40.com video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.